Hello, welcome to your practice. I'm Annie and I'm going to guide you through a short class designed to support you in opening up the neck and the shoulders, because I imagine that lots of you, like me, build up tension in those places quite often. So this can be a really good way of bringing a little bit of space, whether it's a one-off or whether it's a daily stretch for you. Come and join me. I'm going to encourage you to have a block. If you don't have a block, you can grab something like a block from around your house, and then find a comfortable seat and a tall spine. So let's just have a check-in to begin with and notice how we're sitting. So if the ears are kind of hugged up to the shoulders, can you, without forcing them down the back of your body, can you just allow the shoulder blades to hug down your back a little bit, bringing an openness to the front of the chest so that we take any kind of rounding and hunching and tension out of the upper body. And you can close down the eyes for a moment or let the gaze soften and just focus on your breath. And every time you exhale, notice how there's this sort of wave of softness that comes through the body. We're going to be using that wave as our guide as we start to bring a little bit of space into the head, the neck, the shoulders today. Excuse me. And then notice if you're clenching your jaw, can you bring a little bit of space between the back teeth? And next time you breathe in, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, gently tuck the chin towards the chest. Take another inhale, lifting the head very gently. And exhale, let the chin come down to your chest. You're going to do that one more time. So inhaling, lifting your chin, taking the gaze straight ahead, or of course the eyes might be closed. And then exhale. This time we're going to hold it here with the chin towards the chest. The spine stays long. And there's an option now to interlace the hands and gently rest the palms against the back of the head, but that might be too intense. So just taking cue from your body at all times. What's an appropriate way for you to be in this shape? Just following the lead of the breath. Good. As you inhale, let's widen the elbows, lift your chin. And as you exhale, this time we're going to let the upper back round a little bit as we curl in. Inhale. Lifting your chin, your chest, widening the elbows, and then exhale, curling in. One more time. And exhale. Good. Keep that rounding. Place the palms onto your knees. If you're on a block, you might want to let that go now. Now from here, begin to roll your shoulders back as you lift your chin, lift your chest. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone and curl back in. Inhaling, rocking forwards on your sit bones, roll the shoulders down the back. And exhale, rounding through the back of the body. Last time, inhale. This time come to sit up tall and place your left hand down onto the mat. That right arm is going to reach up and over. Good. Come back to the center, right hand to the mat, left arm up and over. Inhale, come back to the center. This time, the left hand is going to come behind your back. bending the elbow. Now this is where the block might be handy. You could also use a strap. The right hand reaches up and you take hold of the block, or if they reach, you could interlace the fingers or take hold of opposite hand, connecting the fingers behind your back. Now what might happen is that right hand kind of draws you forward. Can you lift your chin so you're looking straight ahead of you, and start to bring the back of the head onto the arm so we can really open up through that right arm. Good. Let's swap it over. Right arm reaches behind your back. Left arm reaches up. And then taking hold of the block, the strap, or interlacing the fingers behind you. Try to keep the spine long. And if you notice that you're starting to fold forwards, use the back of the head to gently open up the back of the arm. That right shoulder's rolling back so we're not hunched over. One more breath. Good, and then release the hands. Let's place them onto the floor in front of us, rolling onto the hands and knees. And we'll just take a cat-cow of the spine. So inhaling, rolling the shoulders down your back, lift your chest forward. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, and notice if you can allow the head and the neck to release here a little bit more freely. Inhale, lifting chest forward, sending tailbone back. And exhale, rounding through, just encouraging that softness through the head, the neck, the jaw. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And as long as it's comfortable enough for you, we're going to sit back onto the heels. From here, take the right hand over the head and place it just above and behind the left ear. And we're going to let that right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And you can have a little play with the positioning of the chin here just to explore how the sensation feels in the body. And maybe you just keep moving, or perhaps you find somewhere that feels particularly juicy and hang out there for a little bit longer. And soften through that left shoulder. You could also walk the hand away. You can also take it behind your back. Lots of different variations here to explore. And then let your chin drop down towards your chest. For me, this feels really juicy, so I'm going to stay for an extra breath. And then just let that release. We're going to switch to the other side. So the left hand comes up, reaching over, take hold of the head just gently behind the right ear. And again, just playing with different variations to find somewhere that feels really delicious for the head, the neck, the jaw. Can you soften the jaw? Notice if you might be holding on. It's very easy to say let it go. It isn't always easy to let it go, but just allow the breath to bring softness. So every time you exhale, we let go just a little bit. And every time we inhale, we create a little bit more space. And then we're just going to let that chin drop down. And if it feels good, hold it here just for another couple of breaths. And then let the head go. Very gently rolling it back up, stack it on the top of the spine. And we're going to come onto our bottoms, placing the soles of the feet to the floor. The hands are going to point forwards and our shoulder blades are going to roll down the back of the body. So we're lifting up through the chest here. Coming into a reverse tabletop. Now be really mindful if the chest is tight, not to just force yourself in. We want to hug the belly button in. So we're not just pushing up through the belly, but we're drawing in, lifting from underneath the body. And this might feel enough. For a lot of people, this is quite an intense stretch. So just be really mindful that you're not pushing yourself to be somewhere that is too much for you, you risk putting more tension in the body rather than bringing spaciousness to the body. There is an option to drop the head back, but only if that feels like a supportive opening for you. If it's too much, keep the gaze forward. Take one more breath. And then lowering the hips down to the mat. You're going to cross the legs and just release the wrists for a moment. Good. And then place them back down onto the floor and we'll just open up the chest here. You can have a look over the right shoulder. You can have a look over your left shoulder. You can take the gaze forward and lift and lower the chin. Find somewhere that feels good and stay there for a couple of breaths. Good. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, let's just fold the body forwards. If it's too much to do so with the legs crossed, you can come into a child's pose. And breathe. And just taking a couple of moments of stillness. Perhaps noticing the tingling in the shoulders, the neck. And then interlacing the hands behind the head, rooting your sitting bones. Keep the head heavy as you slowly bring yourself back up. Inhale, lift your chin, widen your elbows. Exhale, rounding down. Good, inhale. And exhale. And then this time as you inhale, stack the head up at the top of the spine. Move your hands back just an inch and slide the back of the head into the hands. Releasing the arms, palms onto the knees. Take a breath in. And a big sigh. Thank you so much for joining me in that short practice. I hope it brings you a little bit of relief, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.